And what is going on, boys and girls? Back at it again. Got some Christmas music playing. Not sure if YouTube will let me play it, but it's there because it's Christmas. And wish everyone that's watching this and your families a happy and Merry Christmas. But we're going to get down to business right quick. Football this Saturday starts with Washington at Tennessee. And as you can see here, Madden is wrong in predicting Redskins to win 30-27. I did look at the box score, and it has Colt McCoy playing for the Redskins, so I think that may affect something. But a good day for Mariota, it predicts, so that's good to see. 2 interceptions, not great, but 3 touchdowns is a good day for Marcus there. But anyway, I'm of course picking the Titans because that's my team. They play at 4:30 on Saturday, 4:30 Eastern Time. And then next we have Baltimore at LA Chargers. And they got them all out of order on here, but yeah, there we go. Ravens at Chargers, Saturday night, 8:20. And it has the Chargers winning 28-17. I'm going to go with that. I think that's a good one. They got home field. Chargers right now are playing for home field advantage. The Ravens are playing to keep their spot in the playoffs and maybe get a division win out of it. And yeah, so they're both playing for something, but they'll be in LA. I think home field should help them a little bit. 28-17. That's a good scoring day for the Chargers. Could be a little higher, maybe more tighter game, but. The odds have it as 4.5, and for the Titans game, it had the Titans as a 10.5 point favorite. So Chargers 4.5 point favorite. I'm gonna go with the Chargers on that. I liked what I've seen this year from them, and I'd really like to see them get the 1 seed. It'd be interesting to see if they can actually start selling out games, because it's really sad to see empty seats for a team that's really successful. Unfortunately, I guess the Rams are really good too, so there's competition there. But if you're a Chargers fan and you live in the area, you should go out and support the LA Chargers this year, because it's a really good team. Then to Sunday's games, we have Minnesota at Detroit. Minnesota's 5.5 point favorite, 1 o'clock, and they have Detroit winning 31-3. That would be terrible for the Vikings, because they're also, kind of like in the Ravens position, right on the edge of making the playoffs. And the Lions right now are, I think, pretty much out. I don't think they have a shot, because I think they only have 5 wins. But I'm gonna go Vikings on this. I think the Vikings are a good team, and they've been kind of underperforming, but I think they have enough for the Lions. So I'm gonna go Vikings on that. Then we have Tampa at Dallas. Dallas is 7.5 point favorite, and they predict a tie. Wow. Yep, they pick a tie for Tampa at Dallas. I'm gonna go Dallas, and they have Jameis Winston having a really good day. But yeah, I'm gonna go Dallas on that one. Home field this year, they might be undefeated at home field. They might have 1 loss or undefeated. But Tampa, they should be able to handle. Last week was rough, but the Colts are a good team. Let me get it back down to Cowboys. There we go. A tie, I think, is a little crazy, and they didn't even have them scoring in overtime. But I'm gonna go Cowboys on that. The line is, they have a pretty big line of 7.5, but that's a touchdown, 2-point conversion or more, so it's possible. I'm predicting Zeke to have a good day. They need to be really balanced on offense, and the defense needs to be really good, because Buccaneers offense can put up some points. But I'm gonna go Cowboys on this one. Then we have Cincinnati at Cleveland, the battle for Ohio, and Cleveland still has a shot at the playoffs. It takes, I think, a tie between the Titans and Colts next week. The Ravens have to lose, Steelers have to lose. There's a lot that's got to happen, but I'd like to see the Browns in it, but I don't think that's going to happen this year. But it's good that they're doing well at the end of the year, and that's looking good for next year. Good progress they made this year. But it has Cleveland 6.5-point favorites, and Madden has them winning by 6. I'm gonna go with Cleveland on that. I think Cincinnati's a better team maybe than what they've been this year, but they just haven't been that great, and Cleveland's really on fire right now. So I'm gonna go Cleveland on that one. Then we have Giants at Indianapolis. Colts are 9.5-point favorites. I really badly want to root for the Giants in this, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think that the playoff spot's going to come down to next week. Colts and Titans, and Titans are going to have to win to get in the playoffs. So that's just the way it's looking like it's going to be. But my odds have them as 9.5-point favorites, and it has on Madden 27-20. Home field, they're pretty good. They took care of the Cowboys last week. Giants, it's going to be interesting to see if they can get some kind of a pass game going, and Saquon needs to really show up. He was slowed down last week against a good Titans defense, but the Colts defense, we saw what they did last week, shutting out the Cowboys. So it's a kind of ironic. The Giants are coming off being shut out, and the Colts are coming off shutting out a team. So we'll see how that turns out, but I think the Colts are the easy favorite here, and I'm gonna pick Colts. Then we have Jacksonville at Miami. Miami is 4.5-point favorites, but Madden says 45-7. I don't think Jacksonville is capable on offense of getting 45 this year. It could be some pick sixes in there or kick returns maybe, but Miami's a pretty good team, and at home they've been pretty good this year. Jacksonville has surprised everybody by how mediocre really they've been, but the defense is key there, and if the defense isn't on perfectly, that team struggles. But Miami's the favorite here. I think I'm gonna go with Miami. Madden's kind of crazy. They were 45-7. But then next we have, Buffalo at New England, and I got New England as a 12.5-point favorite. Madden says 30-7 Patriots. Patriots will be at home. That's usually pretty good. The Bills aren't really that great, so I'm gonna go Patriots on that one. I think that's a pretty safe bet. I would like to see the Bills win it, but I think the Patriots, they should win this one. Then we have Jets at Green Bay, which is actually looking like a good game with the odds, but Madden says Green Bay 38-14. I don't think it'll be a blowout at all. I'm actually going to pick the Jets here. They're a half-point favorite, but I think I'm going to pick the Jets. Packers have been kind of struggling. They've had the coaching change. They've been underperforming all year. They'll have to travel to New York for this game, but I don't know that that'll really affect too much. But Jets are a pretty good defense, and their offense is good enough, I think, especially against the Packers. They should be able to put up some points and make it'll be a tight game, but I think the Jets will come out on top in that one. We have Houston at Philadelphia. Yep, there we go. Yep, Texans at Philadelphia. I got Texans as a half-point favorite. They got that Foles magic going now in Philadelphia like they did last year. They're kind of hoping for a Super Bowl run now out of nowhere with the Eagles. This would be great if the Eagles. I mean, as the Titans fan in me is like, go Eagles, but the Cowboys fan in me is like, go Texans. So I don't know. I'd really like to see a tie here, but I'm gonna go Texans on this one. I think the Texans are. It's going to be tough going into Philadelphia. So, I mean, that's probably why it's tighter. Madden has it 24-21. So, I mean, it could be a tight game. I think the Texans have good firepower on offense and a great defense. And the Eagles, I don't feel it even. They've been putting some wins together here lately, but I just don't think they're on the same level as the Texans. The home field advantage may help a little. But I gotta go Texans on that one. And then we have Atlanta at Carolina. Let's see if I can find it up here. Falcons at Panthers, and it has the Panthers 26-14. I'm not sure if they have Cam Newton out or not. Yeah, they have Cam Newton in. I put in the updated rosters and it still did it, but I'm looking forward to see Taylor Heineke there. Old Dominion guy. It's it's a good story. Been seeing about his father and his impact on him. His father actually died before his freshman year of college, so it's a really good story, I guess. But he's also a good player from what I've heard, and it'll be interesting to see what he does. And I'm hoping to see more Christian McCaffrey, like I've been preaching all year. It feels like. Last week McCaffrey with the passing touchdown was the only touchdown for the Panthers last week. Cam Newton was really bad last week. He's got a bum shoulder, so I mean, he's still a talented quarterback. He's a successful quarterback, but you got a bum shoulder, it's gonna not be as well as normal. But I'm looking forward to seeing Heineke, and I'd like to see the Panthers win this one. They still have a chance of making the playoffs if they win out, and I think they need the Vikings maybe to lose, and somebody else has to lose or tie or something like that. But Panthers beating the Falcons isn't a stretch, but I still think I'm going to go Falcons on it. It will be in Carolina, which could have an impact. As Carolina's 3.5-point favorite, so could be a good one, but I'm going to go Atlanta on that one. Then for 4 o'clock, we have Rams at Arizona, and I just don't see the Cardinals making that a good game. Madden has it 45-21 Rams. Odds have it 13.5 points in favor of the Rams. They'll be in Arizona. I think it's probably one of the last. It could be one of the last Larry Fitzgerald games. I'd like to see him play a year or two more, but it's always a possibility this time of year that could be his last year. But 45-21 that's embarrassing the team. But I got David Johnson this week, so I'm gonna need them to hand him the ball so I can get in my championship in fantasy next week. But it was either him or Matt Breida against the Bears, so I chose David Johnson there. But yeah, and as far as this game goes, I got to go Rams. 13.5-point favorites. It seems like a safe bet, so go Rams on that one. Then we have Chicago at San Francisco. Man, they got it all out of order. There we go. Bears at 49ers. It has Bears 21-14. Odds have it 4.5 points in favor of Chicago. 49ers have shown they can play. They can compete. They're not really getting the wins. They had one. It was last week or the week before. I can't remember. It's a busy time of the year right now, but I think the Bears should be able to handle this. They have a great defense, and 49ers, I guess it's a lot of them, they're young, and teams don't know really how to scout for sure with these guys yet, but can expect Kittle to get a lot of throws, a lot of catches or targets in this game, and Matt Breida, I think he's going to play a little bit. Last week they had that Jeff Wilson and I think somebody else, because Breida's suffered an injury a while back. But I got to go Bears on this one. 4.5 points is kind of close, but I like what I've seen from the Bears. At 4.5 kind of tells me that they're expecting a lower scoring game because the Bears defense is so good. But they get points on defense too, so I don't know. I got to go Bears on that one. Then let's see, 4:25 Eastern, we have Pittsburgh and New Orleans, which is right there. Saints 6.5-point favorites over the Steelers at home. Them being at home really helps. Madden has it 28-24 for the Saints. I don't see Pittsburgh winning that one. They've shown they can play, but Saints offense has actually been struggling here lately, but that's been against good defenses. Don't really feel that with the Steelers this year. It's been kind of, they might could hold them to like 28. That's about right, I would think. So I'm gonna go Saints on that one. And then we have for Sunday night football, Kansas City at Seattle. Seattle 28-14. Madden says. I'd say Kansas City 2.5. Part of me wants to say Seattle here because everyone knows about the 12th man there, and Kansas City's been kind of struggling. I don't want to say struggling like can't score at all, but they've been in close games and losing them. or be close to losing, but they've been losing to good teams for the most part. The Chargers got them, and then they were really close in a couple others. But Seahawks winning this one would be huge. Because I want the Chargers to have that 1 seed. I don't really know why, but I kind of like the Chargers this year, and I feel for them, not getting the support from their fans, in the stands there. But plus, if the Chargers get the 1 seed, no one has to go to Kansas City, which is a tough environment. So, and my Titans won't have to go to Kansas City if they're going to get knocked out in the first round. So there's that. Which, by the way, we did beat them in Kansas City, but last year. But that's beside the point. But Seattle beating them, that would be cool. That would be interesting. All that being said, though, I gotta go Chiefs Sunday night. I just feel like they can get it done. I don't really feel it with the Seahawks as being a top team defensively to be able to contain that high power offense. It's been a little slower on the offense, but I think they'll still be too tough for the Seahawks. Then Monday Night Football. So yeah, I'm going Chiefs on that one, by the way. Monday Night Football, Broncos at Raiders. It has Raiders 21-16. I don't see that happening. The Broncos are a good team. They're just kind of struggling here lately. 2.5 points. That's a tight game, but I'm gonna go Broncos. And that'll just about do it this week. And again, I want to wish all of you a Merry Christmas, however you say that, and the holidays. Enjoy it. The weather here has been kind of terrible. It was pouring down rain a little while ago, but it's supposed to be nice this weekend. So, but anyways, y'all enjoy it. Enjoy the football, and I will see you next week.